The 1940 wheat penny carries a rich story. Minted during a time when the United States was on the brink of entering World War II, this coin symbolizes strength and endurance. It features Abraham Lincoln's proud portrait on the front and the iconic wheat ears on the back, a design that had already become a symbol of American progress since its introduction in 1909 by Victor David Brenner. The 1940 edition marked a strong production year with millions minted across Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, but not all of them were created equal, and that's where the treasure lies. Many 1940 wheat pennies were made from high-quality copper, but over the decades their condition has become the real deciding factor. A regular worn penny might only fetch a small amount, but an uncirculated coin with full red luster can be a completely different story. On eBay and other online platforms, these coins are selling in a wide range. A circulated example might bring in around a few dollars, while uncirculated or mint-state versions have been listed and sold for hundreds. Now, let's talk about the rare varieties. If your coin has a D or an S mint mark right below the date, that means it was produced in Denver or San Francisco. Some of these coins, especially the 1940s in high grades, are highly sought after by collectors. According to recent auctions and online listings, perfectly preserved examples graded MS66 or higher have reached impressive prices, often climbing well above $1,000. Even lightly circulated coins in good condition are gaining traction among coin enthusiasts who aim to complete their Lincoln wheat collections. Error coins from 1940 are another story altogether. Some have double die obverses or off-center strikes that make them stand out dramatically. These rare errors can skyrocket in value, with eBay sellers and auction houses like Heritage reporting bids of several $1,000s depending on rarity and demand. These errors occur during the minting process, and collectors go wild for them because each one is unique. No two are exactly the same. The material itself adds to the attraction. Being made of solid copper, these older wheat pennies have a metallic warmth and weight that modern zinc-based pennies lack. After 1980, pennies became mostly zinc, making these pre-war copper coins even more desirable to investors and coin lovers who see them as both history and investment. Online markets have shown steady growth in demand for wheat pennies, particularly the 1940 issue, because it represents the final calm before America entered the war. Many sellers on platforms like eBay and Etsy are surprised to see how fast these coins sell. With multiple bids within hours of listing, collectors are often drawn not only to the beauty of the coin but also to its historical value, connecting them to a pivotal moment in American history where old coins reveal hidden fortunes. Today, we're diving into one of the most iconic coins in American history, the Liberty wheat penny from 1930. If you have this coin sitting somewhere in your drawer or tucked away in an old collection, it might just turn the tables for you. Stick around until the end of this video because I'll explain what makes this penny so valuable and how you can sell it for a great price. The story of the 1930 Liberty wheat penny begins during the Great Depression, one of the toughest economic times in U.S. history. While industries were collapsing and millions struggled to make ends meet, the humble penny continued to circulate, quietly carrying the image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the symbolic wheat ears on the reverse. This coin became more than just a piece of currency. It represented hope, endurance, and the spirit of the American people who faced hardship with determination. Minted primarily in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, the 1930 Liberty wheat penny was -1 in 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, weighing 3.11 grams. Its design was created by Victor David Brenner, the artist behind Lincoln's first portrait on a coin, which had been introduced in 1909. What makes the 1930 issue so special is not just its age, but the precision of its minting and the subtle variations that occurred between different mints. Some of these varieties can make a single penny worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars today. For example, coins minted in San Francisco, marked with the tiny S below the date, were produced in smaller quantities compared to those from Philadelphia. The low mintage, coupled with time's natural wear and tear, makes the 1930s penny a highly desirable piece among collectors. Even more fascinating are the error coins from this year: off-center strikes, double die obverses, and weakly struck reverses that showcase unique imperfections. These flaws, rather than diminishing the value, often multiply it several times over. collectors are drawn to the 1930 Liberty wheat penny because it tells a story of resilience. Imagine a time when a single penny could actually buy something meaningful, a piece of candy, a newspaper, or even a few minutes at a payphone. In those years, every coin mattered, and every saved penny was a step toward survival. Holding this coin today connects you to that powerful legacy too. Millions of ordinary people who once passed it hand to hand during an extraordinary time in history. Beyond its sentimental value, the market for wheat pennies has grown tremendously. Enthusiasts and professional numismatists alike hunt for high-grade examples, with clear wheat stalks, sharp details on Lincoln's face and minimal scratches. Coins preserved in mint-state condition, those that look as if they were just struck yesterday, can reach impressive figures at auctions, the rarest varieties especially. Today, I'm going to talk about a coin that could completely change the way you look at your small change, the Liberty 5-cent 1954 coin. If you have this coin in your collection, it might just turn the tables for you. Stick around till the end of the video because I'll reveal its potential price and how you can sell it to get the best value possible. The Liberty 5-cent 1954 coin, often referred to as the Jefferson nickel, is more than just a piece of currency. It's a living piece of American history that carries the legacy of resilience, design mastery, and post-war optimism. The 1954 nickel belongs to the series first introduced in 1938 to honor Thomas Jefferson, one of America's founding fathers, and the author of the Declaration of Independence. Designed by Felix Schlag, this coin captures Jefferson's profile on the obverse and his iconic home, Monticello, on the reverse. By 1954, the United States was in the midst of remarkable change. The war was over, the economy was booming, and the American dream was in full motion. Coins minted during this period reflected not only the country's prosperity, but also its commitment to stability and tradition. The Jefferson nickel was an enduring symbol of that period, sturdy, reliable, and deeply American in every way. What makes the 1954 Liberty 5-cent coin special is the variations that emerged from different U.S. mints. That year, coins were struck in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint mark tells a unique story. The 1954S from San Francisco, for example, was among the last nickels produced before the mint temporarily halted production the following year. Collectors value these distinctions because they mark turning points in minting history. Over time, these coins have become sought-after treasures for collectors, especially those with clean, crisp details and mirror-like surfaces. Some rare examples of the 1954 nickel feature striking errors, doubled dies, off-center strikes, or weak strikes, which can dramatically increase their value. A simple flaw made decades ago by the U.S. Mint could now make your coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on its condition. The composition of the coin also adds to its legacy. Made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, it was designed to withstand circulation without losing its luster easily, despite being made for everyday use. The artistic detail on Jefferson's portrait and Monticello's intricate design turned an ordinary coin into a timeless collectible. The deeper you explore the 1954 Liberty 5-cent coin, the more fascinating its history becomes. During that decade, nickels weren't just currency, they were symbols of confidence in America's progress. People used them in diners, drive-ins, and jukeboxes across the nation. Each coin passed through countless hands, each carrying stories of daily life in the golden age of America. Today, collectors and enthusiasts around the world are rediscovering these small yet powerful artifacts. Today we're diving into the fascinating story of one of the most iconic coins from the mid-20th century, the 1960 United States 5-cent coin, also known as the Jefferson nickel. This little piece of metal may seem ordinary, but hidden within its design, minting history, and varieties lies a tale of craftsmanship, change, and hidden value that will absolutely surprise you. So sit tight, coin lovers, this is one story you don't want to miss. The 5-cent coin as we know it today was first introduced in 1938, replacing the famous Buffalo nickel. The U.S. Mint held a design competition to honor Thomas Jefferson III, President of the United States and the author of the Declaration of Independence. Out of 390 entries, Felix Schlag, a German-American sculptor, won the competition. His design showed a left-facing portrait of Jefferson on the obverse and his home, Monticello, on the reverse, a design that became iconic and lasted for decades. By the time 1960 arrived, the Jefferson nickel had already been circulating for over 20 years, and America was experiencing enormous social and economic change, the space race, the Cold War, and a booming post-war economy. Through all that, the nickel remained a quiet witness in the hands of millions of Americans. The 1960 Jefferson nickel might not look rare at first glance, but it holds an important place in U.S. coin history. It represents the classic pre-modern era of American coinage, before the mint switched to more modernized dies and minting technology. Each 1960 nickel is made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighing 5 grams and measuring 21.2 millimeters in diameter. That simple yet enduring alloy composition gives the coin its silvery tone, strong, durable, and resistant to corrosion, just like Jefferson's legacy. Look closely at the obverse. Jefferson's stern yet thoughtful face reflects leadership and vision. Above him are the words, "In God we trust," and to the left, liberty, followed by the date 1960. On the reverse, the Monticello building stands proudly in the center with the inscriptions E pluribus unum above, and below it the words Monticello 5 cents and United States of America. Every fine line from Jefferson's cheek to the pillars of Monticello tells the story of America's dedication to freedom and progress. The 1960 Jefferson nickel was struck at 3 different mints: Philadelphia no mint mark, Denver D, San Francisco S. Each mint had its unique striking characteristics. The Denver mint produced the largest number of 1960 nickels, while the San Francisco mint made fewer proof coins for collectors. The most exciting part: some 1960 nickels show die cracks, double dies, and full step Monticello varieties. These are the hidden treasures that can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. The term full steps refers to the clarity of the steps on the Monticello building on the reverse side. If all 5 or 6 steps are fully visible and strike sharp, the coin commands a premium value in the market. These fully detailed strikes are extremely rare for 1960 due to die wear and striking pressure variations. A 1960 full steps Jefferson nickel in mint state can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on grade and condition. In 1960, America was entering a new era. John F. Kennedy was about to become president. The nation's economy was thriving, cars were getting sleeker, and the dream of going to the moon was alive. During this time, millions of Americans carried Jefferson nickels in their pockets, using them to buy candy, newspapers, and gasoline, not knowing that one day collectors would treasure these coins as symbols of a pivotal time in American history. The San Francisco mint also struck special proof nickels for collectors, polished to a mirror finish and packaged for those who love the artistry of coins. These proofs often have sharp strikes, frosted designs, and stunning luster. 1960 proof nickel graded PR67 or PR68 can easily sell for $50, $300, while exceptionally preserved pieces with deep cameo contrast can exceed $1,000. Now, here's where things get truly exciting. Some 1960 5-cent coins have unique minting errors that make them extremely valuable. Double die obverse, where Jefferson's profile or the date appears double off-center strikes, giving the coin a dramatic, eye-catching look. Clipped blankets, where a part of the coin is missing due to a minting mishap. Repunched mint marks are PMIs, especially seen in 1960 nickels, where the mint mark was struck more than once. Each of these errors can raise the value from a few dollars to several thousand, depending on rarity and condition. The 1960 nickel marks the end of an era, the last few years before the mint's modernization and before major design changes in U.S. coinage. Collectors cherish it for its balance of classic design, historical connection, and hidden rarity. It's a coin that connects generations, from Jefferson's 18th century ideals to the 20th century dreams of space exploration and modern America. A typical circulated 1960 nickel might fetch only 10 to 25 cents, but in uncirculated condition, especially with full steps, it can range from $20 to over $1,000. Exceptional proof or error examples have sold for over $3,000 at major auctions, proving that even the smallest coins can carry monumental worth when rarity and history align. Every 1960 nickel is a snapshot of American spirit, strong, enduring, and full of history. It carries the image of a founding father who envisioned liberty and equality, and a building that represents education and enlightenment. So the next time you see a 1960 Jefferson nickel, don't just pass it by. Hold it up to the light, look for the steps, the shine, the mint mark, and remember that in your hands, where every coin tells a story of history, artistry, and hidden value. Today, we're going to dive deep into the incredible and fascinating story of the 2008 Arizona quarter dollar, a coin that not only represents the beauty and pride of the Grand Canyon State but also carries unique, minting details and symbolism that make it one of the most captivating coins of the 21st century. The 2008 Arizona quarter is part of the U.S. 50 State Quarters program, one of the most successful and beloved coin series in American history. This program began in 1999 and ran until 2008, with each coin representing one of the 50 states. Every design told a story of heritage, culture, and the spirit that shaped the United States. The Arizona quarter was the 48th coin released in this remarkable series, honoring the state's admission to the Union in 1912. When the Arizona quarter was officially released on June 2, 2008, it immediately captured the attention of both the public and collectors. Its design was breathtaking, filled with layers of meaning and visual storytelling. The obverse, like all quarters in the series, bears the familiar portrait of George Washington designed by John Flanagan, a symbol of continuity and national identity. But it's the reverse, the side representing Arizona, that truly makes this coin a masterpiece. The reverse design, created by artist Joseph F. Menai, showcases Arizona's most iconic natural wonder, the Grand Canyon, stretching across the background. The Grand Canyon is one of the 7 natural wonders of the world, carved by the mighty Colorado River over millions of years. Its depiction on the coin symbolizes the timeless beauty and geological power of the state. In the foreground of the coin stands the majestic saguaro cactus, an enduring symbol of the American Southwest. The saguaro doesn't just represent Arizona's desert landscape, it stands for resilience, endurance, and life in even the harshest conditions. Interestingly, the saguaro doesn't actually grow inside the Grand Canyon, yet its inclusion in the design was a deliberate artistic choice, blending two powerful icons of the state into one harmonious image. Beneath the imagery lies the inscription, Grand Canyon State, Arizona's official nickname. This simple phrase evokes a deep sense of pride among Arizonans, reminding everyone that their state is home to one of the world's greatest natural treasures. The design process for the Arizona quarter was an event in itself. Residents of the state submitted thousands of ideas to the U.S. Mint, each hoping to capture Arizona's essence. After much debate and voting, the Grand Canyon and saguaro combination was chosen, a decision that beautifully balanced nature, identity, and pride. When the coin entered circulation, millions of Americans marveled at its design. But beyond its beauty, the Arizona quarter carries hidden details that fascinate collectors even more. One of these is a rare minting error that occurred on some coins, where parts of the cactus